Hey everybody, I'm Tommy Lee. This is Northern ADV and Touring. Thanks for joining me again today. What I'd like to do today is we're going to talk a little bit about instant tents. So if you're like me, you like to get out on your bike and maybe do a little adventure riding. If you're not staying in hotels and if you're not pulling a camper trailer, then you're likely going to tent it. So what I found from some of my rides is I don't need a crazy expensive tent, but what I do need is something that's going to go up quick and easy and uncomplicated, and it's still going to do the job. So I went ahead, I've been hearing a little bit about these instant tents, so I went ahead and I ordered a couple online. First I ordered a $37 tent from Temu, just to see if I would like the mechanism and how it worked, and before I spent more money on a more expensive tent. So we're going to open that up and have a look at it. I also went ahead and I purchased a more expensive one off Amazon. Not a terribly expensive tent. This was probably $120 to $150 Canadian, so maybe $100 American, somewhere in that neck of the woods. From Aglory. I'm not sure how they say that, but we'll set them both up here right now. You'll get an idea of how quick they go up, how they work, and we'll talk a little bit about each of them. So let's get right into it. Okay, first, this cheap Temu tent. As you can see, it comes in a pretty small package, which, you know, is kind of nice on a motorbike. That's important. It's really light. There's like nothing to it. But everything's kind of cheap. You get what you pay for kind of deal. Okay, so we take it out of the bag. We're going to spread it out a little bit. Okay. There's really not much to setting these guys up. I think this one leg back here just kind of popped out of the holder at the bottom. Okay, and it's set up. What did that take me? 10 seconds. Okay, so here, let's fix this bottom leg here. That's better. Okay, so this tent has a front door and a back door. Both doors are screened. Okay, this one doesn't have the ventilation that you would expect in a tent, so it doesn't have a screen roof. It's just solid. Okay, that's okay for me. I wasn't really thinking I'd be using this tent. I just got it to check out the mechanism. So besides the 4 poles, it has a little front pole to hold out the peak so the water doesn't run inside your tent if it's raining. There's one on the front, one on the back. What can I say? It went up so easy. It comes down just as easy, but we'll leave it up for now. On quality, right away, you look at the screen. I mean, I could take that and easily just pull that apart with my hand. The zippers are pretty tiny, pretty light. I just know it wouldn't hold up. I'm not going to bring the camera inside at the moment, but the material itself is really, really thin. So this is a great, maybe an overnight beach tent on a sunny weekend or something like that. But you're not going to take this way back in the back country with you. It's just not going to hold up. You're going to end up wet and disappointed. But it's kind of cool. It's kind of cool. Okay, let's go over and have a look at this other one. It's basically the same design, and the package is a little bit longer. It's a little bulkier. It's pretty light still. It is heavier than that one for sure, but you kind of hope it is. You kind of expect that. So pull it out. We'll kind of undo it a little bit. Fold our legs out like that. I don't know if I'm doing this the right way because I don't really have instructions. Well, I do have them, but you know, I tend not to look at them. So let's hold for this one out too. Let's go around to the back. Okay, we'll make that a little square. I'll pull it over this way a little bit. Alright. If you can see that, that's a 10 or 15 second setup as well. Super easy. As opposed to this one does have a screen roof. The whole top of the tent. And it also has a rain fly. So let's throw the rain fly on as well. I think my tent's sitting on the bag, so I'm going to dig that out in the back here. Okay, just a nice little rain fly with 4 attachment points. Throw that over top. We'll hook in here. Hook in there. That should have been a little slicker. That's my fault, not the tent's fault. Okay. Pull that back over here. Hook in here. Because I'm close to the bush, I gotta go around the front every time. Alright. So that's really all there is to setting this guy up. Let's open it up. Okay, right away, it has a much better quality screen. It's a finer mesh, it's much stronger. The zippers are larger. The zippers have ties on them to make them easy to come up and down. You can leave the screen open and the door is closed, or you can close the whole thing. You'll have a front door and a back door, same as this little one. I'm going to bring the camera around, we'll have a look inside. Maybe we'll look inside this one too. Okay. Alright, so, and I apologize for the sound, my mic's not working. My lapel mic's not working, so we're just going off the phone. So inside the cheapo, you know, it's kind of typical. When you move around, you have a little hook for a lantern. You've got a little pocket down there for your phone or your keys. But if you look into the corners, you can almost see through the material. It's like there's some runs in the material down there. This corner over here is kind of the same. And this base fabric is really thin. I would imagine you get moisture coming up right through that. Again, over here, I see a little run in the base fabric. So, to me, not a real useful tent, but anyway, let's move on to the other one. Okay, so this guy, as you can see, it is much larger in comparison. It does have 4 corner lines to tie it down. You can also put pegs in the bottom. Inside, it has a front door and a back door. It has 2 nice little pockets on each side, and it has your hook on the ceiling. As you can see, it has a screened in ceiling, and then you really have 3 layers. You have the bottom layer the middle layer, and then you have the rain fly on top, making a 3-layer. Lots of ventilation. Much better material. That's totally waterproof. It's not stretched out properly here because it looks kind of, you know what I mean. But I'm pretty impressed with it, actually. I'm going to back up here a little bit. Okay, now we're going to take these 2 tents down. Okay, and you can see how quickly they go down. First, we'll start with the little guy over here. Hold that in. I could zip that up, but we'll leave it alone. Okay, so the leg basically folds up. We'll fold them all up. Okay. Oh, maybe first we should do that. Like that. Okay. That one folds up. Come on. Folds up. And then folds up again. Again. Okay, we'll throw it back in the bag. Give it a little roll. I want to be real careful zipping this one up because if that fabric caught in the zipper, it'd be curtains. Okay. Not even good for curtains. Okay. Come on here. In there. Pretty quick. Not bad, eh? Goes back into the bag. Pretty easy. Okay. The other one. I'm going to do the door up on this one. Okay, just kind of like that. We'll take the rain fly off first. We'll give it a little pull to put it in the bag. Bring the bag over here. As you can see, there's a little bag of tent pegs, which I'd probably replace for some better pegs, but that's fine. And there's a little instruction sheet. That's always good for starting a fire. Okay, that's one could wrap this around your tent or whatever, but that folds up nice and easy. We'll put it back in the bag. Okay, now to collapse the tent. You basically just squeeze the mechanism together. Okay, and then we'll put it on the ground. And we can fold the legs up. I'm thinking maybe I could have folded the legs up first. simple though. Second fold. One more under here. Yeah. Just like that. Okay, we'll kind of roll it up. And we'll throw in the bag. Okay, now this one has a couple of little clips. You can do up as well. There it is. Now, admittedly, I just did kind of a crappy job of folding that up. It looked like a wrestling match, kind of was, but if I did it right, it's pretty easy. Even when I did it wrong, it was pretty quick, pretty easy. So there's the two of them. There's the size difference. This one, the big one's probably 6 inches longer, but I think now maybe we'll take them over to the Gold Wing and set them on the wing and just see how they fit on the seat. Okay, there we go. Alright, so let's try each of these tents on the Gold Wing. So first the little tent. Okay, it's so small it doesn't even come out to the edge of my bike. So if I wanted to, I could easily strap it to the top of my back rack too. So this one being about 6 or 8 inches longer than the other one, so that's pretty much centered right there. And you know what? If I look at my foot pegs and I look at my my side guards back here, this tent doesn't come out any wider than my bike. It's perfect. If I chose to put it on my back rack, let's have a look here. You know what? I could strap it onto that rack, no problem. It would be fine. If you have a maybe a little dual sport or a small adventure bike, you might find that this would definitely come out wider than your bike. And if you are on narrow bush trails and stuff, you might opt for a different tent. But I would say definitely spend the extra money. Maybe stay away from the Temu tent, and go with something in that $100 or $200 range. Anyway, thanks for joining me again. As always, keep your stick on the ice, keep the rubber side down, and you will have a great day. Bye for now.